Hello everybody, Cindy Greenway here, Editor-in-Chief at lawmarketing.com, and today we're talking about a very important topic, lead conversion. I'm here with Stephen Fairley, the CEO of the Rainmaker Institute, which is the nation's largest law firm marketing company that specializes in marketing and lead conversion for small and solo law firms. And over 10,000 attorneys nationwide have benefited from learning and implementing the proven Rainmaker marketing strategies that Stephen teaches at his Rainmaker retreats, and you can learn more about him and the retreats at rainmakerretreat.com. Stephen, welcome today.
Thank you so much, Cindy, for having me. I appreciate you taking time out to meet with me. You know, this is a really, really important topic, so I'm really excited that we're going to be talking about it today.
Right. Well, let's start off really quickly with really just defining what lead conversion really means and what is it? What is it? Why do attorneys need to be really familiar with this and pay attention to this?
Over the last 12 years, Cindy, we've worked with over 10,000 attorneys nationwide to help them increase their revenues, improve their intake system, help them increase their lead conversion. And I still get questions to this day, what is lead conversion and why should I care about it? What difference does it make to me? When we go in and we take a look at some of the most successful, fast-growing small law firms in the nation, we find that they pay equal attention to three major areas: lead generation, lead conversion, and client retention. Lead generation is generating more leads into the top of the funnel, which is where most attorneys spend the majority of their time, energy, and money.
Right.
Lead conversion is converting more prospects into paying clients or turning more browsers into buyers. And then the third one is client retention, which is not just doing a good job so that your clients will like them. That's the foundation of client retention. But true client retention is building relationships with life. For life, so that you can actually get repeat business or at least repeat referrals from those clients months and months and perhaps even years down the road. So today we're going to really talk about lead conversion, because when you look at it, there are let's say three major ways that you can double your revenues this year. Three major ways. Okay, so if any of you watching this want to double your revenues this year, guaranteed, there are three major ways to do it. Number one, double the number of leads that you're getting. Double the number of leads that you're getting. Well, how difficult is that? For most of you, it's extremely difficult. If it was that easy, you would have done it a long time ago. The second way is to double your rates. Double your rates. And for those of you, just so that you happen to know, unless you have been living under a rock for a number of years, the economy is going through some, let's just say, difficult times, and increasing your rates even by a little bit are very difficult to do, especially when a lot of your competitors are actually dropping their rates, much less actually doubling your rates. So for most of you, that's not even a realistic proposition. But the third way that has actually been proven to do, and for most of you, you can accomplish this in 6 months or less, sometimes even as little as 90 to 120 days, is to double your conversion rate. Meaning the number of leads that come in the door, you double the number of clients that are actually signing up with you.
And I know you're going to give us some tips. So what are some tips then that attorneys can apply right now that is going to give them that result within 6 months, Stephen?
Absolutely. Well, the very first tip is you have to define what a lead is. And you say, well, that sounds fairly, elementary. Well, it is, but it's so critical to your success. You have to know what a lead is. And everybody on your team, from the person who answers the phone to the managing partner and everyone in between, needs to be on the same page of what a lead is. How we define a lead at the Rainmaker Institute, there are three major parts to it. Number one, someone who has never done business with you before. So I don't care if they've done business with you 6 weeks, 6 months, or even 6 years ago. That person's not a lead. They're a repeat client. Number two, someone who expresses an interest in your services. So if you're a divorce attorney and someone walks in the door or calls you on the phone and says, I was in a car accident and it wasn't my fault, is that person a lead? No, because you only handle divorce. Now, they might be a good referral to someone else who does personal injury, but they wouldn't be counted as a lead. The third major criteria is everyone, and I do mean every single person who contacts your firm. And I don't care how they contact you. I don't care if they come in by phone, by live chat, by a form on your website, by email, by social media, by a personal referral, by the internet, by a networking event, attending a seminar that you've given. I don't care how they come in. Every single person has to be tracked as long as they meet the other two criteria. So number one is you need to know and you need to have a clear definition of what a lead is. See, many attorneys actually believe that they're good at lead conversion. In fact, some of you probably watching this video think, I'm pretty good. I'm very good. Cindy, I even had one attorney tell me, and he was dead serious. I asked him, how are you doing with lead conversion? And he said, we're flawless. And I thought, How egotistical is that, right? I mean, to think that you have achieved perfection, but also there was an incompetence there because he really didn't know what he didn't know. If he truly thought that he was flawless, then he wouldn't be sitting at this networking event or this seminar that I was leading on how to get more leads, because he would already be flawless and he would be living on an island right next to Richard Branson drinking a Mai Tai on the beach. So no one is flawless. We can all improve. So if you believe that you're one of the people who out there who are flawless, then you need to look under the hood a little bit more. Most attorneys are actually, and their law firms as a whole, are not very good at lead conversion. Why? Because when I talk about lead conversion, immediately what they think is if I'm sitting kneecap to kneecap or across the desk from a highly qualified prospect who has been asked every question under the sun, who needs my exact services, who has the money that can pay me, then I can convert them. To which I would say, I hope to God you can. Because if you can't convert that person, then we really need to find somebody else to do your initial consultations. That's not selling. That's taking an order. That's order taking, right? So if you want to become a rainmaker, you need to think much broader. What they don't understand, Cindy, is that is only the 4th stage of conversion, and there are 5 stages of lead conversion. Now, do we have enough time in this video to talk about what the 5 stages of lead conversion are?
Not this one. We're
No?
going to be doing another one, though,
All
because
right.
I want to tap into that for sure.
Okay, so let's pick up on the next video on what the 5 stages of lead conversion are. I'm telling you, if you pay attention to what I'm going to teach you in these next couple of videos about lead conversion, it will fundamentally transform the way that you do business. You will never look at lead conversion the same again. Now, I know that's a fairly boastful statement, but I'm telling you, and having worked with over 10,000 attorneys, one of the biggest areas for immediate and significant substantial growth in your revenues is to pay attention to your lead conversion and find ways to improve it.
Right. Wow. I mean, I think you've got everybody convinced, Stephen, that lead conversion needs to be something that they really pay attention to this year. So I'm going to close up this video, but I'm going to tap into to some more of those resources on the 5 stages lead conversion, and we're going to share that with our community here as well. So for now, I'd like to thank you for joining us. I know people can find you at rainmakerretreat.com and also on Twitter at Stephen Fairley, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome.